Hello everybody, welcome back to rkphysicsshiksha. In this video, let us discuss about the magnetic field due to a conducting wire which is carrying a current I, and it is bent into the form of a semicircle, and it is carrying a steady current. So now if you see, a wire is of a very long wire we have considered, which is of having a current which is I flowing across it. And here, if you look at this diagram, there are three wires that we can consider here. The first one is this one. This is the one wire, and the second one is this one, and this is the third wire, semicircular. So this is the wire one, this is wire two, and this is wire three. Now we clearly know, so we are supposed to calculate the magnetic field, the net magnetic field at this point P due to these three current carrying wires. This is a single wire which is bent in this form as shown here in the figure. So for that to calculate, let us first understand what is the magnetic field at the point P due to conductor wire of finite length one side and infinite length other side. This means you can consider it to be a certain very long wire of infinite length only. So in that case, in general, if you take a case like this, if there is a wire of finite length consider, and at a perpendicular distance, if you are supposed to calculate the magnetic field, we take the formula for that to be equal to, if this being theta 2 and this being theta 1, and if it is current I flowing across this current carrying wire, what we consider is the magnetic field at the point P due to this wire, which is of finite length, will be direction will be given by the right hand thumb rule, where thumb directs the current flow, and at the point P you will have the magnetic field which is into the plane of the paper, which will be magnetic field in this direction. This magnetic field B, the magnitude of this magnetic field in this case is B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi into the perpendicular distance R into sine theta 1 plus sine theta 2. But in our case here, this is not a finite length wire. It is finite one side, other side it is infinite. So in this case of the wire, the magnetic field due to the wire which we have in this case will be B is equal to, for the same wire, one side it is finite and the point B is located. This is the case for a finite wire, and we have the case like this in which we have the wire carrying current, and it is of one side if it is finite, other side if it is infinite length. We consider it like this, a finite length on one side, and the other side is of very long wire. At this point, which is at a distance of R, if we are supposed to calculate the magnetic field, here it is extended till infinity, so this angle theta 2 will become pi by 2. Angle theta 2 will become pi by 2, and theta 1 will become 0. Hence, using this relation, what we get is the magnetic field in such a case is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R into sine 0 plus sine 90 degrees, which gives me magnetic field is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R. So this is in the case of two finite wires. Sorry, two wires, one end is of finite length, the other end is of infinite length. And there is one more case here, which is a semicircle. So in general, if we have to check for an arc, for example, if we have an arc of radius r, and for that arc of radius r, we have the magnetic field to be calculated at the center. This is case 1. We'll come back to solution back, but let us discuss the concept behind it first. So now if you consider a semicircular arc like this, whose radius is r, whose radius we consider to be r, and this angle subtended here is theta, and if this is carrying a current I, in this case we have arrived at a relation for the magnetic field at the center, and that magnetic field at the center B is equal to mu naught I into theta divided by 4 pi into radius r. So for a semicircle, if you consider, for a semicircle, in that case, if it is a semicircle, what happens with this in semicircular case is the theta here, whichever we will take in this case, the theta, we'll take it as this is the theta. So that theta here will be equal to pi radians. This theta value is to be always considered in pi radians. It is to be always in radians. So in the case of a semicircle that is carrying a current, semicircular wire that is carrying a current, the magnetic field B is equal to mu naught into I into pi divided by 4 pi r, where we have this pi and pi gets cancelled, so magnetic field B will be equal to mu naught into I by 4r. So this is due to a semicircular wire. Now let us go back to the question. So coming to this question, now if you look at this, there is a current flowing in this wire, the wire 1. So the magnetic field at the point P due to the wire 1 using the right hand thumb rule will be directed into the plane of the paper, which I represent it as a cross, and it is B1 at the point P. And similarly, if you take the current carrying conductor conductor wire 2, where current is carried in this direction, in this case also, the magnetic field at the point P, if you take the direction of the current flowing in the wire 2 along the direction of the thumb, the curling fingers will give you the direction of the magnetic field at the point P, which will be again at the point P will be B2. But coming to the wire that is carrying current, the semicircular wire carrying current, the third one, the magnetic field at the point P due to this semicircular wire carrying current will be, by using the thumb rule, along if you direct the current along the direction of the thumb and if you curl your fingers at the point P, you will have the magnetic field out of the plane, which is represented by a dot. Now, by these general formulas that already we have, what will be the perpendicular distance from the wire 1 to the point P? It is r. From the wire 2 to the point P, it is r again. And this semicircular wire is also of radius r. So in that case, the magnetic field due to wire 1, which is B1, is equal to mu naught I, to a finite case here, mu naught I by 4 pi r, and again due to the wire 2 it will be is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r, and due to the semicircular wire mu B3 is equal to, how much will you get is mu naught I by 4r. This will be the magnetic fields due to each wire that is carrying current. One is semicircular and the remaining two are the straight wires. Now if you look at this, there are two magnetic fields at this point which are into the plane of the paper. This means B1 and B2 to be in the same direction, and B3 is in the opposite direction, anti-parallel direction to B1. So the net field at the point P will be equal to, net field at the point P will be equal to B net, which will be equal to, if I take into the plane of the paper to be negative, out of the plane I have to take it out of the plane of the paper, I have to take it to be positive. So it will become minus B1 minus B2 plus B3. That gives me mu naught I by 4 pi r minus mu naught I by 4 pi r plus mu naught I by 4r. This is the net magnetic field at the point P. That gives me minus mu naught I by 2 pi r plus mu naught I by 4r, from which if I take mu naught I by r common, or mu naught I by 4r if I take common, because based on the options we have, it is in terms of 2. So if I take mu naught I by 4r, if I bring common, I'll get 1 minus 2 by pi is what I'll get. And what will be this direction mu naught I by, this is the net field, and what will be the direction of this net field? It will be directed along the direction whichever the magnitude is greater. So the magnitude mu naught I by 4r is greater than the magnitudes of these two remaining magnitudes, this is b1 and b2. So this will be pointed away from the page. So pointed away from the page. That means the sum net magnetic field b1 b2, which is 2 times mu naught by 2 pi r, is the net magnetic field which is into the plane of the paper, pointing into the plane of the paper. And this other one, which is due to circular coil, which will be out of the plane of the paper, pointing away from the page, and the remaining two fields are pointing into the page. So if you take mu naught I by 2 pi r, that will be less compared to mu naught I by 4r. So in that case, what will be the direction of the net field? It will be directed along the direction where the greater field is directed, which is pointed away from the page, or pointed away from the page, which is mu naught I by 4r in the direction which is along the direction of the greater field, which is equal to away from the page. And that option, in the given options, it will be if you look at the options here, pointed away from the page, which is mu naught I by 4r into 1 minus 2 by pi, and that option is the first option, which is A, pointed away from the page. Hope you understood the question and the solution for it. For more such videos, do like, share, comment and subscribe our channel. Thank you.